Alright, recording. What's up, everybody? Today, Landon is back. We're doing another tier list for dungeons. It is the end of February, and so if a new dungeon just pops up randomly in the next couple months, whoopsie, didn't know about it. So yeah, we're going to be ranking all the dungeons. I have soloed all but Warlord's Ruin at this point. So I can give that perspective, I guess, but also we're just going to be ranking them on pretty much everything, how fun they are, their aesthetic, their loot, all that stuff. So we're going to go in release order, so starting with Shattered Throne. What's your opinion on Shattered Throne?
Well, can we give it like benefit of the doubt since it was technically the first dungeon?
I was gonna say
put it at C tier.
Yeah,
because it was a all right dungeon.
The loot's
like I mean,
bad
ass. Wishender though. Wishender's good. But you got it from a quest.
Yeah, tied to the dungeon.
But
yeah.
Definitely either C, D, or F tier. Definitely on the lower spectrum.
Yeah, it
on the spectrum, but
too well. What did you just say it was?
On the spectrum.
Yeah, so am I.
I feel that.
Yeah, Shattered
There's
Throne
nothing.
C tier.
Yeah,
it's the first.
There's nothing to talk about for it because there's no
loot. The loot is just Dreaming
armor.
City weapons. Oh yeah, it's just Dreaming City loot.
There was nothing. There was nothing for it.
I think,
granted,
ascending the tower and the fucking ogre section, hardest part of the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Always has been.
People are always like, "Oh, you have Forsaken brain rot." No, it was just a bad. Like, Forsaken was great. This was the worst part of Forsaken.
Yeah, which at the time it was really cool because it was the only thing like it.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back, because we've gotten some absolute slappers, complete, actual, real bangers, Shattered Throne just don't do it anymore.
Yeah, it don't.
Where the fuck's Pit of Heresy? D or F for me?
F.
Thank God.
I will not elaborate.
I think every hive sword should be the Pit of Heresy sword. But other than that, everything's ass about this.
I will not be elaborating.
Yeah, loot bad. Loot actually really bad. Xenophage good, but that's it.
Xenophage. I forgot Xenophage.
Yeah. Prophecy? I think it's one of the upper ones. And
I'd say A. Because it's a fun dungeon.
Yeah. Solo's still challenging.
Yeah, I like the light and dark mechanic of it. Mm-hmm. Does it have any specific loot?
Yeah, well, sort of. I'll get into that. So it never had an exotic tied to it, other than kind of tangentially Ruinous Effigy. Because it made the catalyst way easier to get. You didn't need to do prophecy for it, though. It's the only free dungeon.
True.
But loot-wise, I guess it had an SMG I don't think you get any other way, and I don't think you can get it anymore. It dropped the Ikelos 1.002 versions as the only way you could get the 002s. Fucking what else dropped? Oh yeah, the Trials of the Nine weapons are the new loot, and then they're swapping out 3 of them for different Trials of the Nine weapons and adding an origin trait, which looks really good. That stuff hasn't come out yet at this point. It's just been revealed. So
yeah,
it's still a decently challenging solo. The armor, both, I think there's 2 sets that come from it. Like,
yes, there are.
Over time.
Both look sick. The Moon
Fang the Dido set stuff, and then the
Trials the original Trials armor. But
exotic is still super unfortunate.
Yeah, if it had an exotic, I definitely would put this in either S tier or keep it at high A. But since there isn't one other than the fucking ghost shell, which I don't even know
Oh
if
yeah,
that's exotic or not,
it is. It is the
but
bunny shell. That shit
mm,
slaps. Sorry.
it's an all right dungeon in my
Yeah,
opinion. Nothing too crazy.
it's
Definitely
shocking that it's still
better.
challenging
Yeah, definitely
solo. Yeah.
better than Shattered Throne
Yeah.
and Pit of Heresy.
Oh yeah. Like it holds up still. Is
Yeah.
Grasp is next because we didn't get one with Beyond Light until 30th anniversary came out. So Grasp of
Yeah.
Avarice, grasping on my avarice, she grasped on my avarice.
I'm thinking high A tier or S.
I think
And here's
Prophecy's
why.
better.
I like Grasp of Avarice. It is an easy dungeon to do if you have people who are new to the game and
True.
don't have any artifice armor. It's easy to get artifice armor from it. Um, the the weapon, the Galahorn,
Yeah,
iconic, dude.
true.
Iconic weapon. Um, it is the sparrow race part is really cool. I like that at the end you go into a giant skull.
Hmm.
Um, Shooting the servitor eyes with the cannons, like the jump cannons, that's really fun. It really shows like an aspect of the game that not a lot of people knew that was possible. Um, the weapons, I can't remember the weapons. We had
Thousand
the
Yard Stare, Matador, Hero of
mm,
Ages, and
mm,
Ias Luna.
IS Luna's cool.
Hmm.
The Matador 64, pretty cool. Other than that, the weapons aren't the greatest. Um, the armor looks pretty cool. Very
I
like
don't like it.
pro. I
I
like
think
it
the
because it looks
armor is
nice.
fucking ugly.
The helmet is ugly. The
Yeah,
helmet's fucking
that's
ugly on
fair.
every
That's
single
fair.
set. However, I think the arms and the chest piece and the legs all together look really nice. Um, I'm willing to go with you on a low A tier for this one.
My
Um,
main thing is the traps are such a prominent part of Grasp with Avarice,
mhm.
and at most they'll get you one time.
It's also very fan servicey
Yeah,
with the I
loot
mean that
cave
was the whole point.
entrance.
The loot cave. The loot cave is actually a really good place to farm kills.
Yeah, yeah.
Like for like
Catalyst.
your catalysts or the synth weave shit,
Yeah,
the synth bounties. Really nice place to go. But I'd say low A.
yeah. My main thing is the traps, which are an integral part of the experience, only get you one
Mm,
time.
well, unless you're bad at parkour,
That's so
then they get you
real.
multiple
That's so real.
times. I think personally, duality.
Oh,
What are you
I could
thinking?
literally put it anywhere and justify it, so I don't care where it goes.
I'm thinking it's S tier
That's the hardest one.
because it's the hardest dungeon, right?
I don't think that's true. I don't think it's the hardest.
Uh,
I think when it came
okay,
out, it was
fair,
the
fair, fair,
hardest
fair.
one.
When it came out, that's what I meant. Um, it,
It does something no other dungeon or really
yeah,
any other activity does with the teleportation.
true, true. I really like the exotic, the heart shadow,
Yeah,
kind of
it's
goofy.
cool.
It's cool.
It does some. You can make some good builds with it.
On second thought, what if we backtrack it from S tier and put it at B tier? And here's why.
Okay, I'm fine with
Hake
it.
armor. Hake armor.
Oh yeah, Haka armor
That
that
was
drags it down a lot.
stupid as shit.
Yeah,
Why would they do that?
has some great weapons though. The
Yeah.
SMG, the
hmm
linear.
I still think it
I
would have been
think
a
the
better
deal's fine.
dungeon.
If it had
It would
better
have been a
armor.
better armor, and if you could get the Callus mini tool from it.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make any sense that it wouldn't come
Oh, I
from
forgot
that.
about the fusion and the machine gun. Those were awful.
Yeah.
I mean, people like Epicurean. I'm just not a huge fan of it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
it's all right.
I did Duality solo. It's just it's more annoying than anything to do it solo.
Yeah.
Like it's challenging. The Keitel fight solo pisses me off because sometimes she just starts running faster and hits the bell. It's like, cool.
Mm,
I just wasted my fucking time. But
yeah.
the other
I
encounters are
like
just fine
yeah,
for a
I
solo.
like the Galron encounter. That one's fun.
Yes. Yeah, Galron encounter's good. The
The
one with the
other
multiple
encounter,
the clock type thing.
yeah, that one's kind of mid in my opinion. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fair.
it's nothing crazy. Yeah.
I think that's all there is to say about Duality
Yeah,
Haka armor.
yeah, Haka armor.
Spire of the Watcher.
Um, Either low S or high A for me.
That's fair. The,
Because
the
rootin'
easiest
tootin'
solo,
cowboy.
straight up.
Rootin' tootin' cowboy.
Rootin' Tootin' Cowboy. The grenade launcher is great. The exotic is it is what it is. It's not the
Yeah.
worst. It's not great. It's worse Tiku. The scout
One of
rifle is the
the
first of its kind.
the lever action scout.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Sidearm's not bad.
most most annoying boss types, Harpy and
Harpy and Wyvern.
Weavern. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking annoying.
Once you hit a flow state, though,
Yeah.
those fights are fine.
Mm. The I like the connections that you have to make in that.
Yeah,
Those
I
are
do
fun.
like the mechanic. And like, unlike Root of Nightmares, you build on it.
Hmm. I mean, the weapons are cool.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from being Seventh Seraph Carbine and the Seventh Seraph
Oh
Revolver,
yeah, those. Okay, the revolver is really good though. Like actually, it's pretty
I
solid. It's
it's
like
still not
the
going to be better than Midnight Coup.
DPS with Lucky Pants wise. It's like the third best hand cannon after Warden's Law and Malfeasance. So like
All
you
right,
can't blame it too much.
fair, fair. I mean,
If
what was
Malfeasance
the armor
stacks
from
with
that? Oh yeah,
Witherhoard, does Taken spec?
I don't know.
I genuinely don't have an answer for that. Sick. Cool. Okay. Mm. Yeah, there's not much to say about Spire of Watcher. Cool armor. Weapons look cool. Some of them are really, really good. Exotic is different.
Mm.
Warmind stuff's always sick to me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like Vex Dungeon. Is it the only Vex Dungeon? Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it is.
yeah,
Shit.
shit.
Bitch
Pretty good dungeon.
swinging.
Dangling.
What?
Huh? Let's just
Okay.
move on. Let's
Yeah,
move
let's
on.
move on to Ghosts of the Deep. I want to know your opinion. I know what my opinion of Ghosts of the Deep is.
If we're talking armor sets,
Mm-hmm.
S tier.
S tier.
S
Easy.
tier
S
armor
tier on
sets.
armor.
However, the amount of health all of the bosses have really drags it down for me. I hate that.
Yeah.
They're like, difficulty? Yeah, let's just give them more health.
The
Let's just
mechanics are
make it.
great, though. I really like the mechanics.
I do like the mechanics. Mechanics are fine. The going underwater on Titan,
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool.
It's cool the first
However,
time, for sure.
yeah, didn't get Titan back as a patrol.
Yeah,
So
which is unfortunate.
what's the point?
What are the weapons? Oh, No Survivors is really good. Greasy
Yes,
Luck, not great. Cold Comfort, very good.
Old Comfort, really good.
The grenade launcher's
Uh,
there.
the what's a trace? The trace, the exotic.
Navigator. It's
Navigator.
so good.
It's so good for that one specific Titan build.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it's
know
good
what I'm
for other
talking about?
stuff too, but yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
infinite
but
grapple
it's
melee.
also infinite grapple melee is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Makes all the other dungeons, including Ghost of the Deep, easier. But yeah,
Mm.
no, like I agree with you. The only issue with the dungeon, in my opinion, at all, The only thing that holds it back for me is the final boss's health. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think the final boss's health bar is too big when you're playing with 3 people.
Mm,
But solo, that shit is ass because it takes so long to set up for damage phases solo.
mm,
And then, to be fair, very long damage phase. It's like 45 seconds, I think. But it's like 16 or million health or something like that.
mm.
Ekthar's
More
fine.
than more than the God of Pain or whatever the fuck his name
Yeah,
was.
yeah. I think Ekthar
Nezarec.
also has more health. The way to make Ghost of the Deep easier, hilariously enough, is go through Root of Nightmares, get those weapons. Briar's Contempt.
Mm, mm.
Shit slaps in there.
I've noticed we don't really have much to say on these dungeons.
Yeah, like, dungeons. Generally, dungeons are solid. Pit of Heresy
Yeah,
is the exception.
yeah.
For me, in my opinion, Ghost of the Deep is my favorite dungeon. The solo is hard as shit
Mm. I
because
really
of the
like the
final boss.
dungeon. I think it belongs in S tier.
Okay. And we can go back over these later. Like, I might
Yeah,
be a little too tough on Grasp of Avarice, but I think we're probably too tough on Duality. It just fucking, it's annoying.
yeah.
Warlord's Ruin. I have strong feelings about Warlord's Ruin.
I also do. I think it's overhyped. I
Yes.
think Warlord's Ruin is overhyped. Um, the reason it's overhyped is because we won't be getting a lot of content for a while after that dungeon came out. Um, like, when's the next time we're going to be getting content? In fucking April? Uh,
Yeah. I mean, we're getting a Prophecy refresh in a few weeks. And
yeah.
new weapons for Crucible, Trials, and Nightfalls. Iron Banner.
Eh. I mean, that's just kind of mid to me, you
Yeah, that's
know?
not massive content. And I don't think April we're really getting anything. I think it's going to be a craftable Dust Rock Blues. That's it. I
Yeah,
think that's the
probably.
amount of content we're getting in April. We're,
Eh,
we're more substantial amount of content we're probably getting in May with the 3 Crucible maps.
yeah. I genuinely believe that Warlords is overhyped as hell.
Yes,
The medieval armor, granted, it does look cool.
I like the
I
armor.
still, I don't think it beats Ghost of the Deep armor,
The weapons
in
are
my opinion.
ass.
The
I think
weapons,
Warlord's
rocket,
Road is a B or a C.
yeah, I like the rocket pistol, but other than
Yeah,
that, all the other weapons are kind of dookie cheeks.
yeah.
Um, the boss fights are pretty cool. I
The
like them.
first one I'm fine with. The last one I'm
Mm,
fine with.
yeah,
But
it's
solo. I
solo.
just want to talk about that for a second because I'm still not done with it. And I think it's mostly just a mental block. But Locus of Wailing Grief, so the ogre, take an ogre boss, combines pretty much all of the things I dislike most in this game into one encounter.
Mm,
It's a take an ogre, so it pushes you back, has knockback. That's annoying. It has the worst thing in my favorite raid, Deepstone Crypt. It has biting cold.
mm,
I hate biting cold. Um, and it reminds me of Keitel, like the way you do the Keitel fight.
mm.
You know what I mean when I compare those
Yeah, I
two?
see, I see.
It just feels similar in how they're done. Like when you're playing with 2 or 3 people, well, as a whole fire team, 2 or 3, that part isn't a problem for Locus of Wailing Grief. But when you're solo, the most you can get pretty much for the orbs is 2. Whereas when you're playing with 1 or 2 other people, you can get all 4 at once. So you just fucking jerk his dick off and kill him super fast. Um,
Yeah,
but solo, genuinely, all the things I hate most are in that fight, and you have to stay near the warming torch or else it'll go out. So
yeah,
a lot of strand builds other than like infinite grapple kind of aren't great. Which, if you don't have Navigator, you really can't use that. So you got to use Pyrogale Gauntlets and Bonk Hammer to deal your damage to the boss. which
Yeah.
is rough. I have a lot of feelings about that encounter. It's just everything I hate in the game put together. I die more often to getting thrown off the ledge by the boss when I'm not even jumping or anything. He just pushes me off through the wall than I do to enemies. And I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Like, most of the time when I die in that dungeon, it's actually just bullshit killing me. Also, they have Captain Blights, and that's stupid too.
Yeah, Captain Blights suck ass. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, I don't like it. The final
Yeah,
fight's pretty fun, but
yeah, I'd say the final fight's its only saving grace.
yeah.
Um, the getting locked in the dungeon, you know what I'm talking about? Locked in that jail cell. That was pretty cool the first time, but now it's just kind of tedious.
Yeah, I think it's more of a spiritual successor to Grasp of Avarice. I think all the traps in the dungeon and stuff feel similar to Grasp of Avarice things, but I feel like it
Mm,
executes on that part better. So it feels weird
mm,
having Grasp of Avarice above it, but the boss fights for Grasp are so much better than Locust of Wailing
mm.
Grief. And the loot, even though I don't think Matador is pretty good, Iceland is pretty good, G-Horn great. Warlord's Ruin just doesn't have any of that. It has rocket pistol. That's it. I guess caster frames are getting buffed, but I don't care. I'm not using them.
Yeah.
It feels weird putting Warlord's Ruin in B because I feel like with a full group, it's fine. It's fun, but it's honestly way
Mm,
too easy compared to Ghost of the Deep. Ghost of the Deep is like perfect for a 3-person group, in my
yeah.
opinion. In solo, it's still like pretty enjoyable. Warlord's Ruin is just mentally exhausting to me. At least the second encounter.
Yeah, it's not anything great. It's not terrible, but it's not crazy good. Like I feel like it um should have brought more to the table.
Yeah, fully agree. I think story wise, it's one of the more solid ones, along with Ghost of the Deep. I think story wise, they're both solid. Duality's not bad story wise. Never mind. Uh, what's one that is bad story wise? Fucking
Uh,
Grasp, I guess, but it's not
yeah,
that
it
bad.
doesn't really fit anywhere in the story arc.
Yeah, Pit. Like, what's the point of Pit? In the grand scheme, what is the point? This dude wants to take Crota's place. Go kill him. Okay, that's it. Shattered Throne, it's Mara's Throne World.
Mm,
Cool shit. Dreaming City Curse. It's a cycle, whatever. Prophecy, it's the Nine telling you, hey yo, go to Europa, learn stasis, kill Aramis.
mm,
Which we didn't do one of those things. But like, yeah.
yeah, I really feel as if Warlords is the target of Destiny 2 dungeons. And it's like, oh, let's go to Target. It's gonna be great. And you actually get there, and it's basically a overdone Marshalls.
I like that analogy. Is there anything we want to move?
Uh, no, no.
This feels just so right.
As long as the Shadowkeep bullshit got F tier, I don't care.
That's fair. That's fair. Duality
As
could
long as
literally go anywhere and I'm fine with it, other than
yeah.
maybe S. Like, if you want to put Duality in F tier, I go, okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fair.
Yeah. It's an all right dungeon. It's just
Yeah.
not the greatest, you know.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of cool things it does. It's just, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I hate Locust of Wailing Grief. I honestly want to put it lower because of that encounter. On solo. Not even in a group. In a group, it's fine. But solo Locust of Wailing Grief makes me want to put that shit in F tier. I'm just a
Yeah.
salty little piece of shit.
Yeah. Yes, you are.
Yeah. For some reason, I do feel like A tier is out of order.
What do we got in A tier? Spire. That one I can't remember the name of. And
Prophecy
then
and then
Grasp.
Grasp.
I mean, I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
Right there. It's like I wouldn't put Grasp or Prophecy above or below Duality
Oh,
or
yeah, that's fair. Or
um
Warlords are in.
Warlord,
Target.
but I also
Target.
I wouldn't put Grasp above Spire,
That's fair, yeah.
and I wouldn't put Spire below um Prophecy.
And
You know?
genuinely, if it was raids and dungeons all together, I think we'd see more dungeons in the S tier category. But compared against only each other,
Yeah, that's
they get
true.
dragged down.
Like if you're gonna compare Spire to Spire,
Yeah.
one Spire definitely is taller than the others.
Yeah. I think the Pit of Heresy isn't as deep as the Root of Nightmares, you know?
Mm.
It would Pit of Heresy would be D tier, but it wouldn't be as low as Root of Nightmares.
Yeah. See, here's my issue with that though, because
Root of Nightmares actually has loot.
yeah, Road to Nightmares has actual loot.
Yeah.
I didn't realize there were that many, like, not that many dungeons in Destiny. I feel like there's always been more, but
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, recently we've been getting 2 a year, but that only
yeah.
started last year. That
Yeah.
is 2 years ago. But
This is the definitive
yeah, you can't
tier
disagree with
list.
it. Even if we're not 100% sure, you can't disagree with it for sure. This is the dungeon tier list. Wrong opinions will be deleted from the comment section. Go cry somewhere else. I'm not changing it.
Facts.
That's so real. Anyways, thank you for watching.
Anyways.
See you next time.